Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to talk about something you use every single day, but let's be honest, you probably never think twice about it: your plumbing. But what if I told you that the pipes hidden away in your walls are holding a secret? A really deep philosophical truth about how the universe works? What if there's a serpent in your pipes? So I want you to start with this question right here. Just forget everything you think you know about water coming in from the city and waste just going away. What if there is no away? What if it's all one big looping system? And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to completely rethink the journey that water takes in our homes by throwing out that old idea of a simple, straight line. Yeah, this slide just frames the whole misunderstanding perfectly. For centuries, we've been working with this take, make, waste model. Water comes in, we use it, it goes away. It's simple, it's intuitive, but it's totally wrong. The reality is much, much closer to that image on the right, the ancient symbol of the Ouroboros. It's a closed loop, where every single output eventually, somehow, becomes an input. And this brings us to the core concept for today, the hydraulic Ouroboros. It's this theory that every water system, from your kitchen sink all the way up to a massive river basin, is part of one enormous recursive circuit. The serpent is eating its own tail, and, well, that changes everything. So if it's all a loop, what's happening on the inside? It's not this peaceful, happy flow. No, there's a constant hidden tension inside every single pipe, and it basically defines how the whole system works. You can think of it as a conflict between two opposing forces. On one side, you've got the static, the pipes themselves, the tanks, the building codes, the fixed infrastructure. And on the other side, you've got the dynamic, the water itself, this wild pulse of flow and turbulence and energy. The entire system is basically a constant battle between the two. Now, this battle between the static and the dynamic, this is where things get really interesting, because it leads to some fascinating and, honestly, deeply counterintuitive problems. These are the paradoxes that pop up when our best intentions and our smartest designs just smash right into the messy reality of the loop. Think about it. We all try to save water, right? It's the responsible thing to do. But what if being too good, too efficient could actually cause your entire plumbing system to fail? Well, it's called the drain line carry paradox. These new ultra-low flow toilets are awesome for conservation, but here's the problem. They often don't use enough water to actually push solid waste all the way through the pipes to the sewer. So, in trying to do a good thing, we actually end up stranding the waste and creating a massive clog. We save a little water, but we break the system. Okay, so that leads us to another weird paradox. We tend to think of our pipes as these sterile, clean tubes for water. But what if they're not? What if they're actually alive, hosting a secret, thriving ecosystem right under our noses? It turns out, no matter how much we chlorinate our water, the inside of our pipes will inevitably grow something called a biofilm. It's literally a slime city of bacteria that forms its own protective shield. It resists our chemicals, and sometimes it even starts to eat the pipe itself. We demand perfect sterility, but the system insists on creating life. It's wild. So all these paradoxes, they really show the cracks in our old way of thinking. But the good news is by really leaning into this Ouroboros idea, we can start to design much, much smarter systems. And this isn't science fiction anymore. It's moving into reality right now. 98%. What could that number possibly refer to? Well, it's the key to perfectly closed water loop. That is the percentage of water recycled on the International Space Station. Up there, every single drop counts. They capture everything: urine, sweat, even the moisture from the astronaut's breath, and they purify it right back into drinking water. It is the ultimate expression of the hydraulic Ouroboros. Now, that sounds like something you could only do in space, right? But this super radical idea is actually being put into practice right here on Earth through something called the Living Building Challenge. And the concept behind it is just beautifully logical. First, you capture all the water that falls on your property. Then you purify it for all your needs. Step 3, you treat 100% of your wastewater right there, often using these cool ecological systems that act like natural wetlands. And then, this is the best part, you return that super clean water to the ground, creating a building that actually produces more water than it consumes. It becomes a spring, not a drain. So this all brings us to our final, and honestly, the most profound point. After all this, You might be starting to see that plumbing isn't just about pipes and water pressure. It's about how we see the world. It is, in fact, a form of philosophy. The philosopher Mary Midley made this absolutely brilliant connection. She said that philosophy is like plumbing. It's the invisible infrastructure of our ideas, our values. We never notice it, we totally take it for granted, but we absolutely ignore it at our own peril. And this reveals the singular truth of the Ouroboros. That humble, practical act of maintaining a pipe to stop a leak, it's the exact same type of work as maintaining our concepts of justice or truth to prevent our society from falling apart. Both are acts of what the source material calls anti-entropic care, that vital, constant work of holding back chaos. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. The Ouroboros teaches us that everything is a loop, and every loop needs maintenance. So take a look around. What are the invisible systems, the pipes and the principles in your own life that you've been ignoring? What needs a little care?